How's it going, everyone? It's TrulyMystic and welcome back to another commentary video. In today's video we are going to continue the series where we talk about the Fortnite Battle Pass and dive in the in and outs of what I find to be the problems in it, as well as some things that can be fixed. Today's video in particular will cover the super styles. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm just going to come out and say it. I think that the super styles system put into the battle passes nowadays are kind of trash. However, that's what the rest of this video is for. So if you guys are excited or ready to hear me talk about this, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join the channel. We make commentaries 3 times a week. I'd love to have you here. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So these super styles, a lot of you might probably be like, Mystic, why are you talking about these super styles? They aren't that important and they come way after you finish the battle pass. Well, here's what I have to say. The Battle Pass itself is a really great system in the fact that you can unlock 100 tiers of rewards and even afterwards still continue unlocking more rewards. That's great. But one thing that I find very weird about the Battle Passes nowadays, and this has been happening for a very long time with Battle Passes in Fortnite, are the super styles. The styles that are at the end of a Battle Pass, and it usually has like 3 different color schemes for particular skins in a pass. This is basically your bronze or your gold or your silver style for skins, and you can achieve any of these by getting up to a specific level by the end of a season. And once the season ends, usually you won't be able to continue unlocking the super styles, and so it's kind of a reminder to tell players what you got up to. However, I just do not like this system. Previously in battle passes, older battle passes, we've had better systems in place to grant rewards to players even after finishing their 100 tiers. The bonus rewards were a nice little addition, but also the overtime challenges. The overtime challenges is something that I've talked about on this channel previously, and I've even made a whole video about, so if you want, you can go check that out. But to basically sum it up, the overtime challenges were given near the end of a season to unlock nice styles for just about 3 skins and a few cosmetics in the battle pass. I think that the overtime challenges were way better because the battle passes back then actually gave you better rewards, and so if you did still want more styles for your skins, they'd actually come up with pretty fun and unique ones towards the end. And it isn't just blatantly gold, silver, or diamond, or whatever they're dishing out as super styles nowadays. They looked a lot better, and they kept people playing the game that wasn't just, oh, get to a specific level and that's what you get. No, there were nice fun challenges to do right before a season ends, and I'm pretty sure some of them also gave you XP. One thing that I really dislike about the super styles nowadays is the fact that they're very grindy. Who wants to be playing Fortnite for that long to get all the way to level 300 or whatever they're asking for to get a super style? And in the end, it really isn't even that worth it. A lot of these super styles look very ugly. The only reason that you're really going to unlock these is to show off to people that you got to a high level or a certain level in the past. And really, the grinders that try to grind for these super styles want to get the very last ones, the highest tier of super styles. That'll be your crimson red or your ultra diamond style, whatever they have at the end of the bonus rewards. And every season they just look very plain and mid. They never change it up. I mean, when was the last time that we had unlockable styles or progressive styles for skins in battle passes? You don't see that anymore. Drift, Calamity, Ragnarok, these were skins that unlock way more than just a plain color swap, and in my opinion, granted a lot better rewards for players that actually ended up grinding them. Also, you could grind them after the season ended. With these super styles, that's just simply not the case, and it forces a player to continue playing the season and try to obtain these styles, otherwise you'll miss out, and well, that's the FOMO factor. Looking back on it, I actually really did like when Fortnite would extend challenges past a battle pass. You could still continue leveling up your skin, and in the end, you were going to achieve what you wanted. There wasn't a specific style that you were missing of a skin. It's actually kind of annoying nowadays to go into games and see a skin with a specific style that I just can't obtain anymore. Some of these skins I didn't even know had super styles because, dude, you had to have been an incredibly high high level, and the people that make it these extremely high levels are usually players that don't have much of a life and play the game 24/7, grinding it in and out. Pause. Can we also talk about how the Carbide and Omega Lights were really great additions to the game back then? Armor pieces that you can unlock to a scrawny hero to beef him up and make him a superhero. Even the lights were a nice touch. It did suck though that once the season ended, you couldn't obtain them anymore. But if Epic were to bring something like this back into the Battle Pass again, I'm sure that a lot more players would actually be willing to make it to the higher levels. I mean, think about it. If you hand out a basic skin in the Battle Pass for a style that you're giving out to players who grind the game even further, you would want to hand out something that's better, an upgrade even. But instead it's just, again, a simple color swap, and you might not even like the color swap. You might even like the original skin more than the super style. And in that case, it doesn't even make sense why these super styles are almost basic color swaps with slight animations thrown in there or something sparkly about them. If people don't like them, then why would they continue playing the game? If there was something to actually grind for, maybe some armor pieces, new clothes, even a simple hat onto a character would go a long way and actually grab players' attention to keep continuing to unlock that specific part for a skin. I loved leveling up back in the day and seeing Drift turn from just a regular dude in some clothes to an actual dripped out hero. Ragnarok, just a normal Viking to an almost villainous skull creature. Like, the upgrades were actually night and day. It was insane. And the upgrades nowadays seem pretty lackluster. To make battle passes better, I would get rid of these super styles. It's been many seasons already. Epic, I think it's time to let them go. Also, when battle pass cosmetics do return into the item shop, how are you gonna hand them out? Either what's gonna happen is A, the super styles would have to be additionally purchased with V-Bucks, which is kind of dumb. B, they would be given out for free with the purchase of a skin, which is kind of a slap in the face to the players that grinded for them. Or C, they just won't be available at all. And that's kind of dumb because you're still including some type of exclusivity in the game that you're trying oh so hard to get rid of. And so what will it be, Epic? I would bring back the unlockable styles. They were much better, they were way cooler, and they were a lot more fun to grind for than just basic color swaps. I would bring back the overtime challenges, as those gave XP and extra rewards, and again, I'm saying it over and over, but basic color swaps. Battle Pass skins nowadays get a ton of edit styles anyways, they don't need a million. And if we're following some of the ideas from my previous videos on this Battle Pass series, we can still give more cosmetics, but also cut back on some things that we don't need. And this way we can make a perfect balance of everything. And if we're being completely honest, anyone out there really use the super edit styles nowadays? I mean, some of them look pretty ugly. But if you do like them, then all power to you. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. In conclusion, I just think that super styles should be thrown away and a thing of the past. But speaking of the past, we should kind of look back on it and see what actually worked from previous seasons and give us that instead. There's certainly almost no hype behind super styles nowadays, barely any marketing, and I think that my idea would incentivize players to actually continue playing the game and reach a high enough level. You can even make it so that these styles can be unlocked even past the season it's in. And that way, everyone's happy, no one's missing out. And if you're worried that they're going to be sold in the item shop even though you grinded so hard for them, then maybe, just maybe, at the end of everything, they can give the original owners some type of basic color swap. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Use code TrulyMystic in the item shop if you would like to support me there. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. It's TrulyMystic, and until then, peace.